Yo, what's up everyone? RageCage20 here. We are back within this moment's Black Widow album. We're on the last two songs here, powering through the rest of this album. We are on Turn You, which is apparently a bonus track. It's just kind of weird when a bonus track is in the middle. Or, well, not the middle, but it is not the last song, because it doesn't say bonus track on Ribcage. So it's kind of weird. That it says bonus track on Turn You, and it's not the last song. Usually the bonus track's at the end of the album, not second to last. But, whatever. We do what we want. I love that. This song definitely seems like it's coming, just based off the lyrics, it looks like it's going back to the kind of this more sexy, kind of like Sick Like Me, kind of like, I want to dominate you and be dominated, kind of sexual experience theme. I could be correct, I could be incorrect. You never know within this moment. They throw hooks in there all the time, but it definitely is looking that way, so it should be good. I'll try to make sure to keep that train of thought we had in the last two-parter, which if you're coming off, I am coming off of Out of Hell. But I did go take my roommate's dog, but our dog, technically. I took my dog out for a walk. We walked around, got some fresh air. Released it from my system so we can get back to a neutral level instead of being on that fucked. Life is filled with a bunch of fucked people. Kind of sorrow-filled level. Get back to a neutral level, feeling good. Had some drink, some of that classic caffeine-free soda. You know how we roll. And get some good fresh air, so we should be ready. Proper mindset to get back into this again. We're just going to look at this as its own individual song and just pick out what the song did and have a good time. So, in this moment, Turn You. Let's go. Oh, I do like the way she plays with the word "turn you," because it's kind of like turn, like you're gonna be transformed in this new sexual identity, but also "turn you on" is also a lyric in here, and we're gonna turn, baby. Let's turn. It's about to get interesting here.
You thought you'd just come in here. You just turn me out. I hate to break it to you, baby. 'Cause tonight, I'm gonna die. In your mind, I'm back, crying on my knees. Please, can I be asked, all you love for me?
Oh, that's how it is. Oh, okay. Oh, 3 seconds. Okay. Alright. Well, I think needless to say, this is not going on my work playlist. Okay. Okay. That was interesting. I always say it was interesting. I don't know. Interesting is a safe word. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I did not get much sleep, then I woke up like fully awake, and I was like, okay. But now I'm tired. So I gotta start with saying that, like, I think if you were in a sexual relationship with Maria Brink, I'm pretty sure she would be what you would call a dom, for sure. And it seems like she's only looking for people that are subs. But there you go. That's fascinating. So there's some, I say interesting. There's some interesting things in here. Mostly because there's a few things that kind of broke the mold a little bit. Kind of went. There are a few things that are pretty tried and true standard, but then she did certain things, kind of like the chorus, in ways I just didn't really expect her to do it. And again, I think that's a good thing. Again, that's exactly what I'm asking for. Shaking it up a little bit. If we're gonna have kind of similar subject matter, to shake it up and just do it in ways I'm not expecting, like being like, okay, we're not just gonna have a straight tried and true chorus. Did some. Yeah, I like it. I didn't really have anything I put down here as like if I didn't care for this, but there's I think at least one thing in here is like I kind of would have liked to hear this. We'll get to that pretty fast out the gate here. The first thing I got is at the beginning. I like that start. I really liked that start here. It just kind of comes out the gate with it. Kind of nice, higher register. There's some kind of production on the vocals. I don't think it's just straight sung. But I thought it was kind of cool. I just kind of like that da 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 da. It reminds me of another song. I don't know what song, but I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. And it's cool. It's catchy. It's catchy for sure. And then she did exactly what I was kind of. It's like she proves to me that she knows how to do these things because she does it. She just doesn't do it where I kind of want to hear it or in what song I kind of want to hear it. And I feel like that just goes with this song so well because it's pretty much like it's just kind of that dominant behavior. Just like I'm gonna give it to you, but it's when I say so, and you're gonna fucking like it. I'm not gonna give it to you because you want it. Fuck you. Like this feels like that's the dominant sexual personality that she's singing in these songs. She's also doing in her writing. I pushed a button. Did I push the press button? I feel like she's also doing it in her writing too. It's kind of like she's, in a way, and I don't know if this is intentional or not, but it's kind of like she's controlling her audience in the same style that she probably controls people sexually. That's fascinating. That's kind of cool. But this is exactly what I expected in Natural Born Sinner. Just kind of this interesting start, and then just dropping the metal hammer on you, just getting right into the energy and just da 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 da, it's like giving it to you. And I was just like, oh, that's cool. A cool explosive start. I really wanted to hear that in Natural Born Sinner, like after the spoken part, just to come in with that, but I got in this one when I wasn't expecting it. They fascinate me as writers. I feel like I'm being played with as a listener, and I think that's exactly what she wants, and that's fascinating. So let's listen to that explosive start with great energy, and I love the repetition in that this opening vocal line that just keeps repeating even after the metal has started. It doesn't fall off. I thought that was a really cool choice. I think that was really effective and powerful as well. It just has this really, really cool just flow and rhythm. It's just like natural to move to. It just feels good to kind of bob your head to. Just get into it. You know, it's just really cool, and I just love that explosive start, and just immediately that repeating vocal line just keeps going. Doesn't even pause for a second. It just keeps going, and it just really sounds cool mixed with all the more metal, faster and energetic instrumentation underneath it. I feel like they complement each other very well, and one is supporting the other very, very intelligently, and it's really cool. I think that's pretty cool. What else have I got here? Yep, got that. I didn't have a lot of space to write with, so I had to kind of shorthand and like really scrunched. So let's see if I can read my handwriting. Rhythm, but yeah. Here's the one kind of like one thing that I would have kind of preferred. I don't think it was bad. I just the verse, both verses really, but like obviously I noticed it when the first verse came in. I really could have used some. I could have used some notes. I could have used some tonality, and instead it's just all spoken. But then again, it's not very traditional. again, it's kind of that like I would have really liked this, and kind of the like you don't get to have what you like, I'm in control kind of thing. But yeah. So let's listen to that. I don't know, with that kind of melodic tonal repetition, and with all the metal coming, I just really could have used some notes with my verse. I think that would have been really, I would have really sold it. But let's listen to it again. Let's see what I think again. I just feel like you just can't not move your head with this song. I kind of like that coming back down off of that energy and that kind of cool, like, electronic, like, dump, dump kind of thing that's going on in the background right now. I like it. I really could use some notes here. It's like suspense. It's like anticipation. Like, oh, when's the verse gonna come in? Like, well, how's she gonna say it? What's she gonna do? She already started so strong. How's she gonna come in with it? This rhythm's just fun. I would just, if I had to describe this rhythm, I would just say it's fun. Like, it's just kind of really just, yeah. It's just, I've been loving it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's a risky gamble either way. To have notes in there, there could have been some weird notes that I would just been like, it kind of took away from the energy and the message. But then again, there's a chance of just hitting having the right notes in there and just taking it to the next level. But also playing it, I feel like maybe playing it safer and just not having notes in there. Just like cool words, loving the energy, loving the beat and stuff is just like could have used a little more, just a little bit more, like some notes in there, or like just pepper it in, maybe even would have just been like could have taken it to the next level. I think I was feeling that and noticing that with the Natural Born Sinner. Is I feel like sometimes they go safe. I mean, to me, again, I don't know if it's just no, we're just playing with you and doing what we want. I don't know if that's the intent, but to me, sometimes it feels like they just like play safe with it. And it's like this is in this moment. This is the band that wore wolf costumes and just screamed out, "Get the fuck out of my head!" voices. She didn't say that part, but I don't listen in this moment for safe. I want them to go balls to the wall and just try shit, and I want to see if it because like when it works spectacularly. Like they fucking destroy it when it works. When it doesn't, yeah, it could fall pretty flat. They could go for something and try something. And I think that's maybe that's what I would consider Black Widow to be. Like they try something. They're like, we're just gonna go for this, and we reset. We're just gonna commit. But I also feel like that song was a little safe too. I don't know. I just like I don't want to see them play safe. I want them to go for it, because when they go for it and it lands, it really fucking lands, and they write some fucking legendary shit, in my opinion. I don't know. It felt a little safe to me. It felt a little like I could have used some notes, but then again, not bad. Not bad. And it definitely wasn't like these verses are just because there's no tonality to it. Like nah. Yeah, that's alright. Let's see. I said that the chorus was kind of weirdly spaced, but I'm not against it. pretty much, I think the really last thing to talk about here, because it's kind of what the next three things kind of hit on. I mean, the middle one here is just kind of a non sequitur. It kind of sounds like one of their remixes. Interesting, like they had like a remix for like made by like someone else's something, but like in this moment, like the channel that we're listening to right now, like released it. So I don't know. It seems like they did a remix of every single song on the Blood album, and one of the remix for the Blood Legion, I actually have on my work playlist because I love the song. It just doesn't have the right energy for a work environment, but the remix helped make it, instead of verse verse chorus chorus, verse chorus verse chorus. And because it has two verses that is like slowly building the energy until it explodes, which as a song I fucking love. That's so fucking cool. But in a work environment, that like really slow build for the entire half of the song, it doesn't play very well. So I like that remix is what I'm saying. So it kind of reminds me of one of their remixes a little bit, which is interesting, especially with the puts and cats kind of rhythm that they got going on there. But I wanted to explore the chorus, the notes, and the turn it has in it, which I think is pretty cool. You know, going off of the turn theme. And it was just kind of an interesting. It was an interesting chorus. So let's get into this chorus, shall we? Oh, before we continue on here, I just had a thought that I thought it was very, I don't know if I'd say a ballsy move, but definitely an aggressive move that I liked to just put in here. Like when I saw it, I knew we were in for it. Like I mentioned it twice. Like, oh, that's how they're gonna end it, and also, like, oh shit, we're about to get real here for a second. I just love the, like, you're a dirty little fuck, aren't you? It's just like, oh, okay, we're going there. We're going there with this song. I think that was an aggressive choice and a funny choice. But I like it. I'm not against it. I'm in it. I'm down for it for sure. No, it's not the chorus. Okay. Yeah, so exploring the chorus, I think it was more of the bridge between the verse and the chorus that I was talking of, that I wanted to explore a little bit more with the turn. But this is the thing I was kind of talking about with the chorus itself, not the bridge into the chorus. That's interestingly spaced. It's kind of has this kind of elongated feel to it, and then she'll with the kind of actually more the more spoken, and then she comes in with the more screamed vocal fry line that actually kind of pushes it a little bit faster, and then it stretches a little bit more. It's kind of this interesting push and pull effect that they got between the two different vocal singing styles. I think it's kind of cool. It kind of gives this weird, again, push and pull, kind of weirdly spaced feeling to the chorus, which is not how they've done their other choruses so far on this album. At least not that's coming to mind. And again, I liked that. It was like again, I'm not against it. I kind of really appreciated it because it was not just a standard cookie cutter. Here's how you do a chorus. Here's a chorus. You know, it was different, and that felt good. It felt refreshing almost, and it was also done in kind of a cool way. So it was just like, it's kind of weirdly spaced, but I'm not against it. Like, I'm kind of feeling it. So that was kind of cool. But I want to check here. I don't know if they do, if the last time they do that bridge, if it's exactly the same as the one I just heard. Let me get a refresher, the one I just heard here. Okay, so let's see if we can find it again at the end here. That's not. You know, it was a little different than the one we just heard. And that's why it caught my attention near the end, not at the beginning. Yeah, I feel like I've heard that before. You gotta get through this roughness here. That's it, it's aggressive. Wrong button. That's the alt button. So I feel like, I mean, this, you know, again, we're not gonna focus on repetition or anything, and it does kind of feel a little bit like that kind of that breakdown back into the final chorus that they've been doing a lot on this album. I do really like the notes and what they did with this. Again, there is a little bit of that repetitiveness, but we're not going to focus on that. We're not going to let that affect how we feel about the song. We're just going to focus on the song that it is itself. And I again, it's like I hear these things that they do in these songs. It's like I've heard this in another song, not one of their songs. Like it's just a different song, but I can't plan. It's just like I'm just hearing it, and like this makes me think of another song. I feel like I've heard this in another song, but I don't know what song. And that's not a bad thing. It's not like, oh, they're just copying other artists or anything like that. This is nothing like that. It's just weird how I'll hear something that's just like, this makes me think of a Disney song. This makes me think of Les Mis. This makes me think of, you know, it's weird. It's like, I swear I've heard this in another song before. It's just like I'm getting that a lot, and I don't think that's a bad thing by any means. It's just an interesting thing to point out. But I kind of like how they did this specific kind of bridge, kind of more of a breakdown now, since it's like right after the solo-ish. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the breakdown. Maybe it's just a bridge as well. I feel like I almost had the song for a second when I was going through the notes in my head. But I like how it's kind of some little bit more mellow, and then using the line and the name of the song, "I'll Turn You," she kind of jumps back into that kind of aggressive screaming vocal fry. And it's kind of, I feel like it's at the pivotal moment. Like it was smart to do it there, because it's just like, you know, just a reminder, I'm going to break you. I will turn you. You will be mine. Back into the aggression. And I kind of like that hook there, that turn at the end. After all this kind of sweetness, but it's like, but don't forget, I will turn you. You know. I thought that was kind of cool. God, I again, it was just like I could hear this other song again, and I almost had it. I almost had which one it was. Da 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 da. It's kind of what's coming to mind, and it's just like I know this from another song, and of course, you know, that happens. Like there'll be like kind of like someone. I mean, people have written millions of songs, if not tens, hundreds of millions of songs, just throughout history and stuff. If, you know, you're gonna do something that's just like, oh man, this sounds really cool, and you know, it's gonna be the exact same notes, chord progression, maybe even similar rhythm and tempo that someone else did. It's hard to, you know, when there's been billions of notes written throughout history probably trillions. Yeah, obviously. You know, an uncountable number of notes and ordering of those notes and rhythms and stuff done throughout history. It's impossible not to write something that someone else has already written. It's kind of that South Park joke of Simpsons has done it. You know, when someone has come up with every idea ever, it's kind of hard not to accidentally write the same thing. So it's not like oh, they're just copying other people. It's like, no, it's just, but it's interesting how many times it's just been like, oh, I've heard that before. I've heard that, like, the exact note pattern before. You know, it's just fascinating. Anyways, I just thought that was really cool. So let's listen to that, and let's listen to that turn to end this off. I just head bob and rhythm. It's just a cool just bob and rhythm, man. Just, yeah, it just feels good, you know. It just feels good. I like it. I think it's nice to look at these songs from just a different perspective than what I was looking it through. Because otherwise I probably would have been like, okay, you know, can this compare to the other songs they've done? And like, oh, I'm hearing some repetitiveness in here. But if we just take all that out and just look at it as a song, that is like, if we've never heard any of the other songs from this album, like by itself, there's some really cool stuff that's going on here. I like, I like the aggressive, just going for aggressive nature. In a song, and again, the only thing I could say is I could have used some tonality in the verses, but that's about it. I mean, everything else was cool. It was just it's a fun song. It just feels good to move to. It's great, got good energy to it, especially in the beginning. Yeah, not much else to be said. I enjoyed it. It was definitely an enjoyable song for sure. We got one more to go. I'm gonna knock it out of the park here before I have to head out to work. I don't actually have to work today, which is nice, but we do got a work meeting and whatnot because we're changing stuff up in the workplace. We're switching a lot of stuff around, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be new and interesting and whatnot. And I'll talk about it more once things have gotten into, and probably some like World of Warcraft stuff and whatnot. Probably not one of these because that wouldn't make any sense. But I think we got enough time to get through Ribcage before I gotta head into work. And it seems like a shorter song. It doesn't seem like there's a lot to it. But then again, she did turn Out of Hell, which is only has three. It's pretty much just three verses. There's no chorus to it. The only kind of repetition chorus-like thing is when she says, "Out of hell we will climb," but that's just kind of like the message at the echo there. She did turn that into like 6.5 minutes. So who knows how long this song is going to be and or not. But it does look a little short. I don't know. I have no idea. Also, she turned... she also turned Into the Darkness, which is like this big on the screen, into 3 minutes. So we cannot say for sure. The only thing we'll be able to do is find out. So come join me for the finale of this album, which I'm excited to get to because I want to continue going, even though it's going to be a little bit before I come back to In This Moment. I'll probably go to Nightwish or something. I don't know. Just because I kind of want to explore more Nightwish. I do want to explore more people, but like Nightwish is just kind of calling me. I want to continue. I kind of want to continue within this moment, and Nightwish get into stuff I haven't heard before, and Nightwish and whatnot, and also maybe even a little bit of Camelot's going to the new album and new artist or the new singers and stuff. I want to explore this stuff, so I want to get to Ritual really bad because that's the next album we're going to go into. Because we're just going to continue to go down the line. I don't know if I've mentioned this or not. We're just going to continue starting at Blood, just going album for album. Then we're going to start and then we're gonna go back at the beginning and go back up to Blood. Um, but I will listen to every In This Moment album. I absolutely want to. I just want to kind of hear their kind of what they've been working on, what they've been leading up to. Like the most popular albums, Blood and Black Widow, and there's what they've been working on, where they are now, before we go back to where they came from. So, come join me for the last epic song, Ribcage, which from the lyrics sounds interesting. It should be a good time. I'll see you.